So we are inside here in one of the departments of Conquest University that we have started. The vision of the Conquest University started over a year ago when we shared with Brother Theodore the critical importance of having that institution established, because we needed our School of Knowing and Serving God become an institution that can actually offer recognizable certificates that will be issued to our ministers as we train them. So in sharing with Brother Theodore, we saw the need to actually start a full-scale university, and just months afterwards, he actually gave us the name of that university, Conquest University. And inside Conquest University, the School of Knowing and Serving God will actually be one of the faculties. While waiting to fully start the Conquest University, we decided that we would start some institute that will actually be part of faculties within the Conquest University. That is why you are here already within the premises of Conquest Institute of Health Sciences and Conquest Institute of Health Sciences, where we will be training clinical and community health workers, training public health workers, training orthopedics officers, training lab technologists, and training all that has to do with the paramedical courses. And with time, we equally want to expand it in order to train nurses. So this will actually end up being the Faculty of Medicine or the School of Medicine within our Conquest University. So we shall be presenting to you two institutions. This is the first one, and we are now entering with you into the main building. We have three buildings here, which you will see them. We are entering into the main building that has 4 classrooms and a lab. So we are within here already in the main building. For now, we take you into the first classroom. This is the first classroom. It will be our first classroom. We are taking you into the second, the third. This is our second classroom. The Conquest Institute of Health Sciences. They train the paramedical officers. This is our third classroom within this building. We have other classrooms and offices equally within here. That is the main building. This will be part of where we will equally have the internet center here. There are some internet cables already connected here. We take you now to where we will have our lab, where we shall train the lab technicians. We shall be equipping this place to just be where the labs, the various equipment for the labs will be. So that is what we are targeting, because we want to train lab technologies. We want to train lab technologies here. So this is building number 1 for Conquest Institute of Health Sciences. Prompting is the fact that if you need workers, you need to train the workers. This was the offices will be here. We have 5 rooms here that will act like our offices. So that is the premises for the Conquest Institute of Health Sciences. The first step towards our Faculty of Medicine within Conquest University. We are taking you now to our third building. then an internet center. So we are entering into the tech building. Within here we have 3 classrooms as well. One of the things that we intend this particular where we are now to be is that we intend to have a good internet settings. That's why you can see the cables are already connected. Along the wall we have the switches, internet switches, because we want to get ready so that if such a thing as has happened to us within this pandemic continues, our lectures goes on as if nothing wrong has happened. That is why within the Conquest Institute of Health Sciences, we shall be having a strong e-learning centers, so that we can not only have the training here, we are equally able to establish the virtual campuses that are able to handle some of the courses that does not need much practicals. There are other classes on this side. So that is our first premises. And just across down there, we have a bigger piece of land where the field and places for other functions will be. One of the things that we have done in this part of the country is that we have moved in northern Uganda and actually preached the gospel. Very close here, just less than 100 meters, you have the main campus, the main gate of Gulu University. And Gulu University also has a faculty of medicine. And we have ministered there, we have preached the gospel within the university. We actually have preached the gospel in a number of hostels. Just across there was a big hostel, and there we have been able to minister in a number of the hostels, sharing with the students on God, abortion and youth, sexually transmitted infection, drugs, and sharing the gospel. And presently now, within the hostels, we have at least 15 house churches. In northern Uganda, not around Gulu here, where we are starting this institution, we actually have preached the gospel in many secondary schools where our Bible corresponding courses are being done. We have preached the gospel in other institutions, and then we began to confront the fact that as these students are graduating, we need continuity. That is why we wanted to, as we establish our Conquest University, where a campus will be here in Gulu, we are confronting that these thousands of students, because in part of the trip which we made here, we led over 2,000 secondary school students to the Lord, and led a number of university students and a number of students from institutions. So it is just a continuity of the vision, our vision to universities. Because presently now, just across in the Gulu University, because of this pandemic, we have over 100 students that are part of our fellowship here. So it has become very, very important that we have a place that is called our own, where as we bring these students from different places, we can actually be able to train them so that we are not just going as visitors. We will go to other places, win them, and equally here, we have frequent teachings. So we are going now to go to the next campus, which is where we have the Conquest Institute of Business, Vocational, and Technical Studies. The Business, Vocational, and Technical Studies, we are going to present to you that campus. God bless. Conquest Institute of Health Sciences is for our medical training, but we are now at where we are going to have our Conquest Institute of Business, Vocational and Technical Studies, sorry. This is actually the premises where we had last time in February, February, where we had our School of Knowing and Serving God. There used to be a Christian organization here some years back during the war, and they were taking care of orphans. But for now, they are no longer using it, and we're able to have it, and we've arranged with them that we shall use it for some time for our institution. So we'll just take you through our Conquest Institute of Business, Vocational and Technical Studies. The Conquest Institute of Business, Vocational and Technical Studies. Because of the war that took place in northern Uganda, there were a good number, there's an age group where a good number of them didn't go to school. So as we preach the gospel here, you find that category of people who did not go to school, yet they need to take care of themselves. That is why, as we had preached and won so many, we won actually around 3,000 people to the Lord here in our School of Knowing and Serving God training in January, February, and we're able to start 89 house churches. And as we are interacting with people, we soon discover that there is a problem. A number of them who did not go to school can also not be admitted to do the number of courses. So we felt that they need to be trained in some basic skills. And that is why the vocational, so our institute here has the basic skills, the vocational, then the business courses, has the computer IT sections, then the technical courses, electrical courses, welding, building, engineering courses. Some of them just skilling the people. Some of them they will actually go to have certificate and diploma courses. And within the institute that we shall have here, it is the first step towards a number of faculties within our Conquest University. A number of faculties within our Conquest University. The School of Business and Accounts, the School of Computer Training, then the School of Engineering, that's the technical courses, etc. So this is where we had our Conquest, our School of Knowing and Serving God in January, February. But one of the main things that we shall do here is actually the continuation of our School of Knowing and Serving God, now registered with the government so that we will be able to give certificate to those who graduate, recognizable by the government. So within the institute here, we have termed it practical or applied theology. That is our School of Knowing and Serving God, to make it understandable before the government. Applied theology, that will be one of the departments here. So we'll just take you. Within here, there is a classroom. We'll just show you how the classroom here looks at. This is where our places, we had housed our people during the School of Knowing and Serving God, and presently now the premises is actually in our hands for our institute. Classroom, this is one of the classrooms. This is one of the classrooms. The classroom will be inside here, and offices, where we shall equally be having our meetings, church meetings. That's the kitchen for the institution. This is going to be one of our classrooms, but equally here because of the one we have gone through during the corona pandemic, we are launching the institution, and a good part of it will be online. So this will be one of the virtual centers where there will be a strong internet backing, and actually in the whole premises, we want to have a strong internet so that with or without teachers physically present, we will equally be able to have there will be the internet section here as well as the classroom. So we have a number of buildings within the campus. A number of buildings. Here we have a number of classrooms. This is one of the classrooms. And again, we're blessed because these chairs were available when we came. That's one of the blessings we had here. We just had to make some few things. Our reception area. With some offices here. Again, another classroom. Just entering now to one of the practical rooms. As we said, we want to equally get people who did not have the means to go to school, the privilege to do their formal education. They will be trained here in tailoring. Even those who did formal education, they will be trained here in tailoring and design. So we have a number of sewing machines here. Some of them we are still to set them up. And we have such like this, which will be basically for the handicapped people, so that those who cannot use their legs will equally be taught just to use their hands. So here, we had already started, and we have a number of admission for this section, and then we will set another one like this just for hairdo, another one for computer training, and a number of practical places like this, welding, and so we have electrical machines like this. So we are intending that it become a key center, and the government is excited because this is the direction in which the government is moving. We have talked already with the district officers. They have actually inspected our 2 premises already. The first time they inspected to approve that we can start there, and then they asked us to set up. Then they came again and inspect. So we are just waiting for them to give us a report and the permission very soon. After they were supposed to give us the letter today. So we are just waiting because they said we can actually start. We are actually going up now. The section that will be for our School of Knowing and Serving God, added to the first building we saw down there, the hall. So our School of Knowing and Serving God will be here. The Applied Theology section. There are 3 buildings here. When we're training for the School of Knowing and Serving God, we use all the places. But now we are making into departments. There's the section for business, section for professional, section for technical. So we're entering one of the buildings that will be for the School of Knowing and Serving God. We have entered now into the library. One of the blessings we had when we came, and which the owners of the place were excited when we shared with them our vision, is that they were, as we said, they were a Christian organization that was here. So they already had books that were piled, some were piled in boxes, but we shared with them that we would love to have them in this library format. So they just expanded the library. So we have a good number of books, which we are now just going to add our books. It is important for us because our students will read them, we will add our books, but equally to accredit our courses, normally the National Council of Higher Education, they want to know how many books we have. So we are going to stock the place. Our library, there will be the electronic library, where we will have books, the e-books, etc. But there are this hard copy of books. You can see this is strong concordance, a good number of the strong exhaustive concordance of the Bible, because the School of Knowing and Serving God is actually why we're starting this institution. So we want to make it the backbone of this institution. So there are 3 buildings here like that. Some of the books are medical books. Some of the books are medical books. Some of the books here are actually medical books. As I said, the inspection has been done. The inspector said it is very well for us to launch the courses here for now. Premises. So this is, we are actually in northern Uganda. Just in less than 1 hour, you are on the border of South Sudan. And then if you also go another direction, you will soon be with the border with Congo. We already have a number of staff. After the School of Knowing and Serving God, as a result of the number of people we led to the Lord here, we were compelled to leave a number of missionaries here who were actually product of our university work. He is called Gerard. Gerard was a graduate from Chambogo University, where we actually have a strong fellowship, and he was one of the leaders there. And she is Naroga Allen. Allen was leading one of the leaders of our work in Chambogo University, where we actually have a strong work, and that's where we establish the Hope Comprehensive, our clinic. She is also leading the work here, and we have launched out into the university, and we have preached there, and a number of students have believed, and we have actually a number of house churches. How many house churches do you have in Gulu University?
I have four house churches.
The total?
70 house churches.
In Gulu University. 4 of the house churches there. But in total, we have around 14 house churches within the university. And one of the strategy, all our workers for Conquest Institute, Conquest University, we are strategizing that all of them will first of all go through the School of Knowing and Serving God. So there are a number of them. One just traveled back to Kampala today. They are all graduates and product of our university work. You believe when you were which year at the university, Allen?
2016.
Yeah, that was your first year at the university.
The first year was 2015, but I believe in 2016.
20. You were which year?
I
I believe in year 1, second semester, 2017.
Yes, so they have graduated from the university because our vision of the university work is ministry into the university or mission to the university, but missionaries from the universities. So there are 3 of them. Actually, one of those who is taking this video is actually one of our administrators for the Conquest Institute here and the School of Knowing and Serving God. So all our students, our lecturers will actually first of all go through our School of Knowing and Serving God, so that while they are working within our institutions, what we may call tent making for them, their main vision will actually be that they are here to launch out, reaching out to students, because what we are targeting a strong student work, reaching out to the communities, because presently now you have how many house churches in all?
70 house churches.
They have 70 house churches here, and by the time we started the School of Knowing and Serving God here, there were just around 5 house churches in this town. And it is because of this corona pandemic, there were many of them. Some have moved, people have scattered to the villages, but we still believe that we will follow and get them. So that's Conquest Institute of Business, Vocational, Technical Study. That will be, they will give us faculty of engineering, faculty of computer science, faculty of business, etc. What are we targeting to do? We want to have a strong online training, and we have already settled now that there will be 5 campuses. We have a campus here in Gulu. With time, we are going to get our own land and build a bigger campus. Then we have already a building coming up in Kampala, which will be the Kampala campus. Then we are going to have a campus in Juba. Initially, that will just be a virtual center that will be able to handle Southern Sudan. Then we will have a center in Barara that will be able to touch the, Rwanda and handle the people who come from Burundi. Then finally in Busia, for Busia, we already in one of our end of year training meeting, we got brethren started putting money together, which was targeting to get a piece of land for us to have a School of Knowing and Serving God there, because that is where we have already also done a lot of work just in the border with Kenya. And as a result of that, we have decided that there is going to be a campus there to handle the eastern part of Uganda and equally handle Kenya, so that a student can come from Kenya, then student will be handled in Sudan, student can be handled in from Rwanda, Burundi, student will be handled in the northern part of Uganda here, and then touching the Congo, so that finally it becomes an institute that is actually going to touch the region. Institute, which are just part of our Conquest University, and spreading and touching the world. That is actually what we are looking forward to, and very soon we will start some online teaching even within this lockdown period. Thank you very much. That is what we are doing now as we move forward to the full-scale Conquest University. God bless you.